everyone, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh video on the channel. I went back and rewatched Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, and today we're going to be going over a huge change that could have been made to the show, simply by changing one thing. This video contains spoilers for the entire show of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. If you have not watched the show, please turn off this video now and come back after you've finished VRAINS. Please note that I will only be discussing the sub of VRAINS in this video, so dub-only viewers of the show might be a bit confused. I have not watched the dub of VRAINS and will only be using the names that I am familiar with. Also, I will be discussing this as if for fictional Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS version 2. Thank you for understanding, and let's dive into what could have added multiple seasons onto the show of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. The change would have started at the end of Season 2. When Playmaker and I defeat Bowman, the other 5 Ignis would be saved. Earth gets his body back, and Bowman and Lightning would see the error of their ways. I could do a release my friends now moment, and the Ignis would return. We see that Wendy's program is back to normal in the original version, so that would stay the same. Bowman helps the Ignis rebuild Cyber Swirl and stays there to protect them. After they rebuild Cyber Swirl, Flame and I return to Soulburner and Playmaker, respectively. Aqua goes back to Blue Maiden because Miyu is still in the hospital, since the medical staff wants to make sure she's actually alright. The Ignis being saved would negate the current 3rd season, where I apparently goes mad with grief or something like that, but instead we could have a 3rd season where Soltech is the main villain. The chess pieces from the 1st season return, and they and the Queen are trying to create a new Ignis. Go Onizuka is back to normal and goes away to try to figure out who he is. Blood Shepherd and Ghost Girl go to visit their family and help out by sending messages through the net and things like that. Hayami gets Akira Zaizen to go on a vacation with her, and we persuade Zaizen to let her stay home. The Hanoi spy that is mentioned but never really touched on plays a large part in this season. The 4th season would be set mainly in another dimension. Playmaker, Soulburner, Blue Maiden, who would get into battle mode, and Miyu receive a call for help from the Cyber World. The Knights of Hanoi have no idea that any of this is going on. When Playmaker and the others get to Cyber World, they are told that a mysterious gate opened up. Lightning and Earth went to investigate and haven't returned, and Windy is acting strangely. Playmaker could have a funny line where he says something like, "Windy and Lightning? Of course it would be those two again." Flame, I, and Aqua join up with their partners. Please note that Miyu is Aqua's partner, not Blue Maiden, and they go through the gate. They end up in a different dimension and are somehow still in their avatar forms. I don't really know how that would work, but hey, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! A whole bunch of unexplainable things happen. We meet a whole bunch of characters from all the other shows in the other dimension. Yugi, Atem, Jaden, Yubel, Yusei, Yuma, Astral, all 4 U-Boys, and all 4 Bracelet Girls are there, of course. Alexis and Jesse from GX are there, as well as Jack, Crow, Leo, Luna, and Akiza from 5Ds, and Shay and Sora from Arc 5. Tori, Shark, and Kite from Zexal show up, and Kaiba and Ishizu are there only because they were worried about Mokuba and Merrick respectively, so they followed them through the gates. The people from the other shows got sucked into the gates. Some opened in front of them as they were walking, some opened beneath them, some pulled them through while they were asleep, etc., etc. But yeah, that's how everybody got to the other dimension. They have to find Earth and Lightning, then figure out how to get everyone back to their own dimensions. And after they find Earth, there's a flashback of Earth getting sucked into the gate. Aqua was saying goodbye to him right before he went into the gate, and a monster reached out from inside and tried to grab her. Earth pushed her out of the way and was taken instead, so Aqua was very worried about what's happening to him for like half the season. There's also a new enemy controlling the dimension, which turns out to be a complete misunderstanding. You see, this new enemy made the dimension its home, and it thinks everyone is trying to take over that dimension. Once that misunderstanding is sorted out, it opens up the gates so everyone can go home. When everyone gets back to Cyber's World at the beginning of the 5th season, they're shocked to find Ghost Girl, Spectre, Revolver, Zaizen, Bowman, and Windy waiting for them, with Kusanagi-san quickly showing up as well. They're even more shocked when they find out what's going on. It seems while they were in another dimension, 2 years have gone by. The Knights of Hanoi have discovered Cyber's World, or rather, the location of the Cyber World, and Bowman explained what was going on with the gate. Everyone works together to create a special program that allows Playmaker, Soulburner, Blue Maiden, Mew, and Kusanagi-san to pass through, in case the Ignis need help again, but essentially traps the Ignis in Cyber's world. The Hanoi are satisfied, since the Ignis can't become humanity's enemy if they can't leave Cyber's world, so they therefore cannot control humanity, and they stop trying to kill the Ignis. While everyone was in the other dimension, a new enemy appeared. Ghost Girl and others have been trying to hold him off until everyone came back. This new enemy is trying to destroy the net, and the reason Windy is acting weird is that the enemy infected him with a virus before the previous season started. Playmaker and the others have to defeat this enemy without the Ignis, because remember, they're all trapped in Cyber's world. The 6th season, which would be the final one if only my ideas were to come into play, would be the only enemy to be partly in the real world. This new enemy has the power to move freely between the net and the real world, and is trying to take over both worlds. He uses something similar to the Another virus to put people in comas. And again, they have to defeat the enemy without the Ignis. And finally, the ending for the characters. It would be pretty much the same as the original ending, with the Knights of Hanoi watching over the network, Jin being able to work at Kusanagi-san's hot dog stand, and Zaisen becoming the CEO of Soltech. And here's where it changes. Soulburner would take Kiku into link range just like in the original version, except he would actually be able to introduce her to Playmaker this time. Earth and Aqua start dating, Misaka and Ui may or not start dating, and Hayami finally gets Zaisen to go on a date with her. Everyone has a fun party in Cyber's world, so the Ignis, who are very happy living in Cyber's world, can join in, which of course involves dueling for fun. And since everyone's now friends from the quote-unquote enemy from Season 4, everyone that they met in the other dimension is also able to come to the party, as well as Joey. Even Kaiba shows up. Of course, he makes the excuse that he only came to keep an eye on Mokuba because of all the portals, alternate dimensions, etc., etc. LOL, Kaiba. He makes an excuse for why he's there, but it's abundantly clear he just wanted to duel some new people. And possibly see a temp lose, which doesn't happen. Or at least, well, Kaiba is watching. Who knows, maybe it could happen while Kaiba's off somewhere. You see, isn't this a much better ending than the original one? Everyone, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video,